Today is New Year's Day. Down south, family traditions come first. Collard greens, black-eyed peas, and hog jaws, and cornbread on the side. Y'all come on in and join us while we make our down south Junkin. Okay, the first thing we're going to put in our pot is our 1 cup of hog jaws. And this right here is going to put you off a little bit of oil into your pot. So we're going to bring our pot over here and start heating it up. And once you get that oil from these hog jaws in there, then you're going to add your sausage to that. But we're going to go ahead now and add our 1 cup of hog jaws. And we've got them diced up in little bitty cubes. So now we're just going to let that start heating up, and it's going to put a lot of flavor in that pot. And if you don't have hog jaws, you can use diced up bacon. Look at that oil already coming off of those hog jaws. And it's smelling good. Ooh, y'all look how pretty that's looking. And you see that coating that's putting down there from that hog jaws? That right there is going to give you some good flavor. Okay, now at this point right here, we're fixing to add our sausage in there. Okay, here's our smoked sausage right here, and it's 3 pounds, and we've already got it cut up. So now we're going to add it to our pot. Now this sausage right here is already pre-cooked, but we want to put it in there and let it get a good, pretty golden brown on it and get flavored from that hog jaw. Just let it get that pretty brown on it, and that's going to give you a lot of rich flavor. Okay, y'all, once we get our sausage a pretty golden brown, we're going to take it back out and lay it on this platter. And we're going to use that bits and pieces off the bottom of this pan and do our vegetables in. And it's almost ready. Ooh, if y'all could smell this. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. Okay, y'all, we're getting there, but we still got to get that caramelized going on. That's what's going to give you that great flavor. I'm smoking up.
What in the world are you cooking now? Ooh, I know what you're doing. You down south Junkin.
You got that right. We got it going on, don't we?
Sure smells good. You'll have plenty of dollars and you'll have plenty of change.
Well, we better eat a bunch of them. That way we can have some money. How many of y'all cook this kind of food for New Year's? It's just like a family tradition. Okay, we got that sausage just the way we want it. So now we're going to take that out of the pot. Okay, now that we've got our sausage just the way we want it, we're going to take it and we're going to put it on this platter right here. Can't leave that one behind. Okay, y'all see all that in the bottom of that pan? We're going to be scraping that off because that right there is what's going to make it taste good. You want to leave that in your pot. That's flavor down there. Okay, now to the pot, we're going to add 3 cups of cut up diced onions. 3 cups of diced celery. And 3 cups of our green bell pepper. And now we're just going to take and give that a mix. And that right there will start getting that brown off the bottom of that pot. And we're going to let that cook for just a few minutes. And then we'll add the next ingredient. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings to this. We've got 3 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning. And then we have 3 tablespoons of our total seasoning. And now we're just going to give that another mix. And you can see how that brown's already turning loose from the bottom of that pan. And it's getting coated on those vegetables. We're going to let that cook a few minutes and then we'll add the next ingredient. Okay, our vegetables are cooking down and look, it's took every bit of that off of the bottom. And we're going to have that in there for the flavor. Okay, y'all, now we're going to put our black-eyed peas in. This is 2 pounds of dried black-eyed peas, boiled, and then we strained the juice off of them. So now we're going to add those to the pot. Okay, now we're going to add our chicken broth, and we're going to start off with 2 quarts and see what it looks like. We may wind up using all 3. Let's see how that looks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add the 3rd one. So we've got 3 quarts of the chicken broth. Okay, and now to that I'm going to add 3 cans of collards. Juice and everything. So don't drain the juice off of them. And now we're going to add our sausage and little bits and pieces of the hog jaw back to our pot. Okay, we got all our junk in the pot, so now we're going to give it a mix. And that's why we call it down south Junkin. Now we got to mix all that up. Now y'all know why it's called that. Just mix it up good. Okay, once you get it mixed, you're just gonna let it sit there and boil down for around 15 to 20 minutes. Just watch it and get it ever how thick you want it. We're gonna cut the heat on a high and we're gonna let it come to a boil and then we'll cut it down. Okay, y'all, now we've got to make a cornbread cake. If you don't have cornbread cake with your down south Junkin, you ain't Junkin. So we're gonna make us some. Let's get started. Okay, this is what you're gonna need for your cornbread cake. We're gonna be using 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose self-rising cornmeal. And I've already got that measured out. And then to that, we're gonna add 1 stick of melted butter. 1 egg, 1/4 cup of sugar. That's the secret ingredient to your cornbread cake. And then we're going to add 2 1/2 cups of milk. And while we're doing this, we've got our oven preheating to 450. Now we're just measuring out our milk. Now we got to do a half. And just give that a good mix. And we've got to make 2 batches of this because y'all could see that pot. We made a big pot. We're going to share. Have it for the family and share it with one of the neighbors. Just give that cornbread a good mix. Till you get all that incorporated real good. And for that amount, for this recipe, we're going to be using a 10-inch skillet. And now I've got a 1/2 cup of butter melted here. We're going to pour in our skillet. And we're just going to take and coat it real good on that skillet all the way around. Just be careful not to lose any of your butter. Okay, once you have your cast iron skillet coated real good, we're going to give this one more little mix, and now we're going to add it to our skillet. And now we're going to add this to in our oven that we've got preheated to 450 for 19 minutes. Okay, we're going to service up some of this and let you see what it turned out like. Ooh, Ooh, y'all look at that. Now that right there is what you call down south Junkin. Y'all come on in and make yourself at home. And there's one more thing we got to get to go with it. You got to get yourself a piece of this cornbread cake. Now that right there is a great meal for New Year's Day. I hope y'all like our video, and if you do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and if you hadn't already, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. And we hope you have a great new year.